Peace and love. What up, though? It is your boy, Karan Joseph Riley. Happy Friday. This is another episode of Nice Watch. And again, yes, I have one of my dopest compadres with me, the exceptional, funny, talented, uber exclusive stand-up comedian, actor, producer, Rod Minger.
Man, your introductions, they're getting doper and doper every time, bro. I'm telling you. You're the next Club Shay Shay.
Hey, I'll take that. Shay Shay winning.
You need one dramatic person on here to just really set this thing off.
So you might have just replaced your
and I respect it. Just give me a percentage. The hell you talking about? I'm a producer. No, you need one messy ass celebrity on here, bro, and you out of here with the. You gotta get your notepad too. You need something that they drink every week.
Yeah. The drinks is the secret sauce.
That's the secret sauce. Because when they drink, it's up.
It's up. People don't even realize. Bro. And then that cognac that he has, people don't realize how strong that joint is.
Because I'm like, what's going on? Man. The next time I celebrate something, I'm getting something. Club Shay Shay, if you watch this show, I'm going to send him this link. Send us a bottle of that, man, because the next thing I celebrate, we're going to have the Club Shay Shay.
Yeah. Let's just start. Maybe we should add that to next week's show. We should bring in our favorite spirit and indulge a little bit. Yeah. Midday, that could get interesting.
Yeah, see where it goes, man. Yeah. Because, I mean, we're in Atlanta, man. There's a lot of people can get on here. We get them on that drink, man. We can really get some gossip. Because they come on there to talk about the next special or the next movie they have. And before you know it, it's childhood.
Do they though? Because I think Shay Shay is now turned into the new Black Howard Stern.
No, not.
Like he is coming on there. That people come on there to get it off their chest now.
You're being very disrespectful right now. Very disrespectful.
You don't think they come on to get it off their chest?
No, they are not. Now, Cat Williams went on there definitely to unload the clip.
Oh, did you see Amanda Seales? Amanda Seales, she came on that mug.
Like that by herself.
She is, but she came on there and she understood the assignment just like Kat understood the assignment.
What I loved about Amanda Seales is she stood on business though.
Well,
she was like, okay, well, you tell me what it is then.
Ooh, yeah. Well, that's the thing about Amanda. I love Amanda. I can handle Amanda. I can deal with Amanda. It's just her personality is very strong and forthcoming. Yes. And again,
she knows what she knows.
Yeah, she knows what she knows.
She knows what she knows, and she's very knowledgeable, and she's very she's very woke. And I tell people, man, I hate to watch debates about people on social media because they always think it's black or white. Some things are gray. Some stuff is gray.
A lot of things are.
A lot of things are gray. So yes, she can be the way that she is, and it can make somebody feel away. And it's okay for somebody to be the way they are when they ask her questions, and the way that she responds make them feel away. It doesn't make either one of them right or wrong. It's just that's them having their conversation and how they're taking the things. Well, and that's just what it is.
I think that's where you got to evolve at, just as individuals and a person. You got to realize there is no right or wrong.
Correct.
Really, at the end of the day, it's just your opinion from your perception
versus somebody else.
From your life experiences and your education, your research, your life is what your opinion is bringing to the forefront, and there is no right or wrong. And if you can let go of the right and wrong of things, you never offended. You never feel like you're not what they say. They don't see me.
Bro, it's a breath of fresh air. When you stop worrying about all of that, it's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
And this simple sentence right here. 2 things can be correct at the same exact time. When people realize that, they'll stop panicking and tripping about everything.
Well, I think it comes back to everybody want to be liked. Everybody wants people to understand them, and that's not how life is set up.
No,
you really gonna have to go with who understands you without a lot of effort.
Yeah, I feel like when I was watching the people that were with her, which was cool, and the people that were against her, like, oh man, she always seems like the victim and this, that, and the third. I'm like, but those things she said that happened to her,
right?
So no, it's not her being a victim. She's just telling you like a conglomerate of things that have happened in her podcast, which is absolutely okay. It's her interview, so she can tell all those things. Exactly. I don't think that was her playing victim. This is my story. Right. I think if we all sat down and people just asked us stuff from A to Z, then we will all look like victims because something has happened to everybody, even in good time. You play in the NFL. How many bones did you break? How many things did you sprain?
I mean, yeah, it wasn't.
You got hurt.
Yeah, but I don't. Again, I'm never a victim.
But you got hurt.
I can't be a victim. I won't be a victim. It's just like that because it's like, why complain about something? I don't complain. I just adjust.
But it's not complaining. But if I was sitting here as an analyst or a journalist, I'm like, Karan, did you ever break your ankle or did you ever hurt your knee?
Absolutely.
You'd be like, yes, I did. I'm like, how'd you do it? And you start telling me, okay, then you ever hurt a finger? Yes, this was the plate. And now I've asked you all these questions, and now these are all things that happen to you while you're in the NFL.
Right.
You're not a victim. I'm asking you questions, and these are things that happen. I think you're just telling your story.
No, I get it. I understand that. So this is the one thing I will take away from the Amanda Seales interview on Shay Shay is that some of the things I will say you are a magnet for. So out of your mouth comes your problems a lot of times, or your solutions. So if you're constantly saying nobody understands me, nobody likes me, I'm everybody's enemy, that becomes the reality, right?
Yeah, she's speaking that.
Yeah, you start pulling these things to you. And I think that is what people were starting to kind of be like, man, she's on my nerve with this at the end of the day, because they don't understand the power of magnetism and attraction and all those different things. But I don't think she does really truthfully, because if she did, she would correct her internal dialogue.
Yes, but I think for that sometimes we don't know what we're dishing out. We only know what we receive. I think some people are like that. Yeah, it would take somebody to sit down with her to say these things. Like, if you want to be a magnet of a different energy, or being different in the room, or having a different light, you're gonna have to speak different and think different. Yeah. But if you overanalyze and I'm not saying that that's what she's doing, but if you overanalyze or you overthink every time you have dialogue with somebody else in the industry with you, people gonna start like, all right, bro. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Like, how do you have a gripe with Issa Rae? She seems like the nicest person in Hollywood.
Well, it wasn't even really a gripe with Issa Rae. It was just the fact that, she, as a person in power, I understood what she was saying in that aspect. Like, dude, like, why you just ain't step in? Because Issa could have really squashed all of that. Yeah. To be truthfully, like, as a person who's, been in charge of people with management, because really when you become the star at Issa Rae's level, producing and creating what she's been creating, you're basically a big manager. You have to manage all those people that work for you. And that's the hard part of being a leader, is that it's not necessarily the actual role of leadership. It's the people that you have to basically be the psychologist for, and have to work through all their stuff to keep everybody on your team gelling properly. And if you're not proactive in that, you can have these kind of situations.
And you still got to be your own PR. So
all day.
You still got to be politically correct. You still got to take care of your brand. You still got to go out there and be the face and try to worry about everybody else. But you hope when you get in a space like that, let's be real, bro, like, Insecure looked like a nice little hamster wheel, bro. Like, it was running just fine. So she's thinking like, okay, that's fine. Everybody learn their lines. Let's be on set. We know the location is. We know who the supervisors are. We know everything's in place. Right. You're not really thinking about nothing else, because let's be real, Issa seems like the type where she's always in her mental 4 more steps ahead. It's like, okay, this is Insecure. This is where it's going to end. This is where it's going to stop, and then I'm going to be on to this. Right. So, like, she don't have time to worry about
I get that. Definitely. And from that perspective, I totally understand that perspective as well. But again, I think, like she said, like Amanda said, like when they had dinner, and she was like, "Dude, I thought you had a problem with me." Wow. And she really literally was treating her like her character. Yeah. And once she understood that, I think, because that's why I think if Issa hadn't just kind of had a feeling of, I could take her or leave her type energy. Yeah. I think she would have stepped in and kind of smoothed things out. Because if you really, like, somebody, if me and you, if we don't say that I'm producing a movie, we both playing actors in it, and somebody comes to me and says, man, Rod said this, and then you like, yo, I can't. Our relationship alone is gonna make me like get into it and say, look, let's just figure it out, because I know him. Maybe this is something we just let's figure it out, because I know a good conversation amongst people has solved a lot of problems that never really had to be a problem with just us sitting down and talking and communicating.
But we won't sit down and talk and communicate. We like to. Karan and Rod got into it. Now Karan go talk to Mike. Rod go talk to Lewis.
Right, and by the time we get back to Karan and Mike, Karan and Rod, it's a whole nother thing. Yeah, we get into. We don't even remember the fight we was having. That's a new fight.
We could just met somewhere like, man, let's go talk, man. Let's go meet up somewhere. Boom, 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 and get to it, man. Yeah,
exactly.
But that's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother thing. So look, man. Hey, so what have you been watching this week, bro? Like, I know you've been busy as anything. We both have with the play that we're working on, the Hearts of Men. So I know I've been a little inundated with a lot of
So I've been filming. I do that kids show with Tiffany Lauren, the Gotti family. Right. So I've been filming. I probably filmed about 4 or 5 days last week, and then studying for the play. Man, we got to be off book. We were supposed to be off book by last week, which was, to me, that was like taking a college exam, because I was locked in. Like, I couldn't think until I was off book. Like, every time I blinked, I was looking at the script again.
Yeah, and that's what it gets down to. And anybody at home, like, just we like to bring in people and let them know what we talk about. We start talking actor terms.
Yeah.
So off book, for anybody that's at home and doesn't know what that means, off book means you know your script. You know your dialogue. You know your lines. Off book for me means I know his lines. I know my lines. I know all the directions. I know everything about the script, the scene, and everything. So my off book may be different than everybody else's, but some actors don't even learn other people's lines. Some people don't even read the whole script. I've worked with actors who said that they didn't even read the whole script. They just read their parts.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen people do that. And then you can't adjust if something changes because you only locked into what was the original.
Well, for me, I'm always I like to read it all and know it all because I need to know what world we in.
Yeah.
Like I need to know the whole world, and then I can like let my imagination go. I can just get into that world, and I can forget the outcome of the movie to let it be basically fluid, and you don't know it. And every scene you go into, you know the scene, but you go into the scene and try to be as fresh as possible.
Oh, this is good. This is good. Let me tell you why this is good though. Wow. So we're at two different places in our careers, right? So you're at the place where you're getting the offers and you're going to these TV shows. Some are pilots, some are older, and they're jumping you in, right?
Right.
I'm at that space where I'm like the good actor who's very comedic. So I'm either called to replace somebody.
Yep.
Or B, I'm called to, hey, Rod, we didn't really write anything, but I want you to do your Rod thing.
Oh, that's a good place because next is where I'm at because that's what was happening to me first.
So just do your thing.
That's why me on Saints and Sinners, I replaced an actor on Saints and Sinners. And then next thing you know, it just started clicking up from there because I came in and I bodied it.
Right. So I think with that, sometimes you don't, I mean, like, you know, if you get called on Tuesday and you got to be there Wednesday morning, you might not be able to fulfill your.
No, you're going to fulfill it.
I'm talking about reading the whole thing.
Oh yeah, you read it.
You read the whole thing. So
absolutely.
You call it midnight. You got to be on set at 7 a.m. You reading the whole thing.
I'm reading the whole thing. Just so I'm comfortable. Like as long as I'm comfortable. And
hey guys, it's Ernestine Morrison here. And have you ever thought to yourself, I want to be an actor? I want to be a producer. I want to be in movies, or I want to make movies. Well, listen, I have put a very simple 10-step program together for you, the aspiring actor, the aspiring filmmaker, the person who wants to get into the film and TV industry. I run a company called Greenlit ATL. We meet the first Thursday of every month in Atlanta, Georgia, and I've put together a 10-step, very practical, tactical way you can start getting auditions and start putting yourself in position to get into the film and television industry in a real way. Go to greenlitatl.com. That's greenlitatl.com and get yourself in position today to get into the TV and film industry. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and make sure that you are in it 2024.
I'm good. Like I can play on my feet. Then I can play on. I'm on my toes. I'm good. I can maneuver. You know what I'm saying? But if there's some kind of questions, I get caught on camera thinking.
Yes.
And that's the worst thing you can do.
That's my worst fear, to be caught thinking on camera or even at the table read.
Or just unsure. Table reads I don't give a damn about. Like I'm a historically bad table reader.
I am as well. Man, you know what? See, that's why I like what dude that I hate, bro. When I was reading my script at rehearsal the week before, in my world, right, in Rod's world, I bombed.
Yeah.
That's why it came so hard this week.
But it probably wasn't even as bad as we think it was. Like it wasn't nowhere near as bad as in your mind it was.
It felt like
because we have an anxiety about it. Like me personally, I remember the first time I had the reason why my anxiety from table reads came from is years ago when I was first starting out, and I was doing this project called Between Sisters. Swirl Films did it. We went up to Wilmington. Just like one of the maybe the second or third time somebody flew me somewhere to do some work. I'm like, oh, here we go. My wife was in the joint too as well. She was one of the bigger stars. I had like a bit part where I was playing one of the girls' love interest / cop guy. But the table read, I just I don't know what the hell was happening. It was so bad in my mind. It was so bad, like it was bad to me, and it was bad to Terry because Terry was like, "You good? You okay?"
That's a bad. You okay?
You all right? You good?
Did you have some drink before you got here?
Right. Everything good? Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. I just I got to find my flow. I got to get my stuff. I got to find out I got to find this character's voice. And a lot of times this is what it comes down to. So that's why I like table reads. I don't necessarily like table reads sometimes because as an actor, I'm still working on finding this guy's voice. Like how does he speak? What what's behind what he's saying. And let's be honest, we get to the table read, you probably just got the stuff within that week if you're lucky.
If not that morning.
If not that morning.
Not
but
that morning.
So you haven't really had a chance to start doing the character work that you need to find those things. Like when I did Wicked City last season, bro, I literally walked on set off book, knowing the script, knowing all the things I needed to say, where I needed to go, what was happening, but I didn't know nothing that was happening. Like I watched about 2 episodes of the first season just to get the temperature of the show.
Yeah.
And I walked in on set and I was taping the Hamptons at the same time. So
which was a mind fuck.
Yeah, man. You flying, I'm coming back.
I seen you in LA right before you did that.
You're right. Yep. Me and you hung out in LA because you had a show.
Correct.
So then I was flying out the next day to go do this show, and I'm like, oh man, I get there and I'm so thankful to Dale Lewis and the cat and the production team over there at Wicked City, because Dale helped me completely find that guy's voice to handle her.
Yeah, no, you did really well. I seen the trailer on that.
I walked in that boy and was like, man, I know what I got to say, but I don't know how I'm saying it, why I'm saying it, what the hell. So then he basically gave me all the backstory I needed and everything like that. And then getting around the other actors, I started to see the temperature of the how people were delivering lines. That happened with me on Ambitions as well, bro. Like we sat down at the table read, and this was the first network table read that I had been to, where you in this room, and it's a huge room. They got cameras up like this here everywhere because people at the network are looking at you through these cameras.
Right.
And who the hell's watching us? Right. Is Oprah watching us?
It's outside.
What's happening? Right. We outside.
Yeah,
and it's an exuberant amount of white people around.
I was
like, this is making me nervous. And I was like, I was shit nervous. It was Robin Givens, Brian White. I was like, oh my God. And I'm so thankful.
You knew them already though.
I did, but I had never worked in this capacity. But I'm telling you, it had to be all the network people around. So a lot of white folks. It was a lot of white folks around, looking really uncertain.
Whitey made you shaky.
Yeah, Whitey, yeah, that bitch had me nervous. It did, because again, I didn't know what was going on. It was like,
I can only imagine, man. Like, that's a lot of pressure, man. But I think I need that challenge, man. I'm in a weird place, man. These challenges, they just sometimes every time I have a challenge, it just makes me grow more.
That is the essence of challenges. That's the essence of life. Like nothing. Like people always say, you're gonna learn more from the loss than you're gonna learn from a win. You don't learn shit from a win.
Nah.
You in your mind, I did it, I'm the man. But when you get your butt kicked and something don't work, you really start doing some self-discovery. And I think that is the key to everybody's journey.
Yes,
like don't run away from the fire.
Anything that make you bomb,
it's gonna make you the bomb eventually.
It's gonna make you the bomb.
Eventually.
Because bro, let me tell you something. Last week at that rehearsal.
Oh no, you killed it.
No, not this one. The one before.
Oh, the week before, yeah.
Ooh, boy, I was in the car. I almost couldn't drive home. I was defeated. I was I was an animal.
I didn't see that week because I wasn't at that rehearsal, but I came last week and you were the star of the rehearsal.
I'm like, never again.
And I'll be honest, I was a little concerned because I'm like, dang, I guess I'm not gonna be the star of this because Rod got this one, dog. But no, I'm just joking. I was so proud to see you kill it like that and just so dope to watch you do your thing, man.
But it came from a bomb. It came from a bomb.
I
went home to my wife. I was like, Jazz, I said, I bombed at rehearsal. I said, bro, I'm so embarrassed. I said, bro, I'm glad Karan went there.
Hilarious. So speaking of bombs, like that brings me to the show. One of the shows I watched this week. It was a TLC documentary. And if anybody who lived through that, like you and I did, that was when we were both in high school, probably towards the end of our high school year, going into college, when TLC became TLC. What was that, like freshman, sophomore year?
That would probably been middle school for me.
No way.
I'm 40.
You only 40?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
So I was in high school.
Yeah.
You were probably in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I get it. All right.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. All right. So anyway,
I don't know how old I am, but go ahead.
Well, I'm just making sure because I thought I'm finna figure out like
we've been hanging out so long. Seems like we just been right there, but nah.
Yeah, we are. By golly, I thought we was closer in age.
When you was in NFL, I was still in college.
Goodness, man, I just looked this young and good. Okay. Well, yeah, it's all good. I mean, you don't have to say it. I mean, it could get weird if you agree, but you don't have to agree. It's some things. Like I said, there's no right or wrong.
It's okay. I mean,
it's just, but there are facts.
They do some things with you with makeup on TV that makes you look a lot better.
Well, definitely, I do. I never,
with your cheekbones.
But
it works out for you.
I never turned down the little powder. I just tell him, don't go too hard. Don't take my man lines away. I need my man lines.
Don't Shannon Sharp me now. Ooh, boy, they had to look like Medea out here. Boy, it was out of control.
Man, looking like Medea.
And I knew it before it went viral. I was watching it live. I was like, am I? Does Shannon have on too much cake? What is going on with his
Yeah,
face?
nah, he must have had a makeup artist who didn't understand melanated skin.
Casket sharp. It was great.
It just was
believe it.
It was a lack of understanding of the melanin.
Then he had the black lipstick on. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
He doesn't need anything but dimmer.
powder.
Just dimmer.
A little powder.
Yeah, powder to keep that shine because when the shine
he's sweating.
Ooh.
He's a sweater.
Yeah, he's huge. I mean,
He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude. And then he got it's a lot, man. I love Shannon, but Shannon is definitely Uncle Shay Shay.
Oh, but he there.
Because Shannon's got to be mid
55?
50 something. Yeah,
He's 55?
55. Yeah, he's
55.
he's behaving like a 55-year-old man a lot of
You
times.
think so?
Yeah, man. Running around with little pom-pom dogs and all that.
Dude got a little pom-pom dog, but it's got to be his girl, dog.
No, he don't have a girl.
Somebody lives with Shannon, bro.
The way he be talking, he out here on these. He outside.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like if he was outside as much as he talks about on the Ocho show, I think something would have came out by now.
No, I think he outside. I think he didn't figure it out, man. He is out there basically just keeping it. There is no gray in that area of his life. I think he's keeping that black and white. Here's the check. What you need. I'm gonna tell you what I need.
That's it.
Yep.
It's a transaction.
It's a transaction.
Hilarious.
I really do think you get to that age, you need to do transactional situations because it's just less stressful.
I'm talking about when you're single.
When you're single, absolutely.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you cleared it out in there.
Yeah, I put that out there. When you're single.
Yeah.
Don't be outside if you're not single. Don't be outside if you're not single. So anyway, I watched the TLC doc and, of course, Lisa Left Eye Lope, she passed away in a tragic accident over in Honduras. And it was interesting to hear. I'm actually decent friends with T-Boz.
Right.
She helped out. She's a sickle cell. She suffers from sickle cell, which of course is dear to my heart, being a sickle cell carrier with the trait. And that's how she and I got cool back in the day. She helped me with some stuff with my mom. My mom had sickle cell, and Tion was using this African doctor with the diet stuff that would help her get through all of the
Correct.
Touring and all that. But it's amazing what she's accomplished with sickle cell because technically all the stuff she does, like being on the road and touring, you know how it is on the road. We talked about that when you was in LA, man. Like the eating is bad, the rest is bad, jumping on planes is bad.
Time change.
Oh man, and for somebody with sickle cell, those are triggers.
Yeah.
Like it's an autoimmune disease that affects the African American community or Africans in general, but it only hinders us here in America. People who have sickle cell in Africa don't have crisis.
Wow.
Because of the diet is so different.
Yeah, food.
The diet is so different, and the atmosphere, like the climate. Cold weather's bad for sickle cell. It's a disease that if you have it, because if you have sickle cell in Africa, you can't get malaria.
Wow.
It protects you against malaria. So on one side of the world, you basically a superhuman, but in America,
see, basically we need to go to Wakanda.
Basically,
that's what's happening.
Basically, okay. But the documentary went into all of their money issues about how all those I think they may still be the highest grossing or the highest selling female group ever still, like in America.
It's very possible.
Yeah, that's
they were
something.
Definitely international, man. They were.
Yeah, when we get to the show to the next level, we better have somebody in the booth pulling up all these tidbits of facts to make sure we on point.
Oh, we got a guy over here.
Yeah, we do got a guy. We got a guy. Reese is always usually on point, but he's usually over there eating snacks and shit and
Reese
trying to figure out.
Reese is a snacker.
Yeah, he's a snack. I got here today. He was snacking on some shit.
Reese don't play, man. He gonna get his protein now.
Yeah, smallest dude in history. Stay eating. Bruh. But you know how to go. But it was a great documentary. Again, I watched this one in honor of EJ Ernestine. She hasn't been on the show with us in a couple of weeks, but she used to love doing documentaries. I'm like, dude, what are you, like documentary queen?
Ernestine is outside.
Yeah, she's outside. She's working. She's doing her thug thizzle. But the documentary was good. If you guys are looking for a nice watch that you want to get a little education, I felt some nostalgia just watching, and understanding the story behind their rise, the story behind the albums, the records, and all those different things.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, it was a good documentary. It wasn't too long. It was like maybe 90 minutes. 90 minutes. So it's a quick watch, nice watch. Chili is still fine. I don't even know. Yeah, like I'm like I don't even know how that even happens.
She's not even aging. What is going on?
Yeah, man. I mean, shit. She got some good melanin, man. It ain't aging at all.
There's a couple of people like that, man. It's like top 10 people that do that. They just don't age. Like
I know. Like
Chili, Lorenz Tate. No, it's not. You're not one of them. Lorenz Tate, Chili.
Okay.
Angela Bassett.
Me.
Nah.
No, okay.
I mean, did you forget? I mean, you actually. Now I'm gonna tell you what did help you. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what helped you. You were a giant when you first retired. Okay, you know I always go, you my dog. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't know if y'all have ever seen Karan when he first retired. This dude weighed like 285 pounds.
No,
like,
I've never.
Imagine Karan.
And the weight always goes up when he tells the story.
He was so huge. I remember the first time I seen him, like,
Hey guys, it's Ernestine Morrison here. And have you ever thought to yourself, I want to be an actor? I want to be a producer. I want to be in movies or I want to make movies. Well, listen, I have put a very simple 10-step program together for you, the aspiring actor, the aspiring filmmaker, the person who wants to get into the film and TV industry. I run a company called Greenlit ATL. We meet the first Thursday of every month in Atlanta, Georgia, and I've put together a 10-step, very practical, tactical way you can start getting auditions and start putting yourself in position to get into the film and television industry in a real way. Go to greenlitatl.com. That's greenlitatl.com and get yourself in position today to get into the TV and film industry. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and make sure that you are in it 2024.
I had already met Terry. I didn't want to speak. I'm like, that dude, like, he just wants issues with whoever walks up. So I'm gonna just wait till I catch Terry by himself. This dude was like a monster, right? So I meet him, and then I don't see him again for like 2 years. And then we're in a play together, and he just drops 30 pounds. Like, who just loses 30 pounds just randomly? Then we do the play, he's 30 pounds lighter. Then we do the play the next year, he loses another 30 pounds. So now I'm bigger than him.
Yep.
So we do the play, I'm about 250 because I'm swelling up because I'm trying to wrestle.
Right.
Now Karan weighs like 230. I'm like, what's happening right now? You were just the Incredible Hulk monster, and now you're smaller than me, and he's roasting me for being big.
Yeah.
Nigga, like, hey man, you too swole to be a comedian, bro. Like,
a little chunky.
Yeah, out of control, man. You get too big. I don't know what's going on.
Is fat gonna be your stick? If fat's gonna be your stick, then you got it. Yeah, it's good, but I don't think that's what you're going for.
He's like, man, you get too big, man. Your arms, your neck is getting out of control, man.
Yeah,
I mean, you was frying me.
Yeah, you was looking uncomfortable.
So then now he's all slim, so it did something, said that gave you a youthful look.
I just love how you add this pounds to every time you tell
bro,
the story.
you was about 280, bro. Like,
I ain't never been 280. The highest I ever,
minimum 275.
The highest I ever got.
Stop it.
No
Reese,
cap.
Reese,
No.
Google Karan Joseph Riley, Atlanta Falcons, please.
Oh my! No, well, don't do. Well, you really need to do the Bears.
Okay, Google Karan Joseph
When
Riley.
I was with the
Chicago
Bears, I was the biggest I ever was 272.
Stop it.
And I can vouch. I had the receipts.
It's a picture of you and Terry y'all had on them blue suits when y'all got married. I could barely see Terry. It was out of control.
And she was
you
pregnant.
Was in front
and she was pregnant.
And she was pregnant. And you was still on both sides of her. It was out of control.
Hilarious.
Please pull it up. But yeah, so yeah, that weight loss did do a youthful thing for us. I give you that. But like, Chili and Lorenz Tate, they on some like, what are y'all doing? Lorenz
is.
He looks just like Mr. Society right now.
I think he's a vampire.
Something's weird, bro. It's crazy.
I do believe he's a vampire.
Yeah, it's like, man, I'm like, him and Chili and Angela Bassett too.
Yeah,
she's just now kind of maybe a little bit. But she's 70, right? Isn't she like 70 years old?
She's 70, yeah.
And she's just now looking 40. What's going on, Angela? What do you? But she doesn't. She said she doesn't do any sugar at all.
She doesn't do any sugar. I don't think she drinks alcohol.
And she doesn't do any dairy.
I don't do dairy.
So she has a lot of things that she's attracted. I tell you the craziest one I seen. He wasn't a celebrity. This guy I worked with on the ship. His name was he was from India, and I'll never forget, man. It was the craziest thing he told me. I walked in and he had like all these balloons on his desk. He had like a weird name. He was Indian. I'm not saying that Indian names are weird, but his name I can't remember it. It was like a hard to pronounce name. So he come in there. I used to speak to him all the time. He was like the crew director assistant or something like that. I come in. I'm like, yo, man. Happy birthday, man. You know, how old are you turning? He's like, yeah, 60. Now, me physically looking at him,
he look like Reese.
I think this dude is 25 years old.
So he look like Reese.
Right. I'm like,
is Reese what you 25? Look at that.
Sometimes
same.
It's the same. Like this. I'm like, hold up. I said no, for real. Like, how old are you? He's like, I just turned 60. I'm like, there's no way that you're 60, bro. Like, what I'm looking at you. What's going on? Like, he said, I'm not gonna do this. Goes in his desk, grabs his license, he hands it to me. I said, bro, how are you 60? He said, well, I'm gonna tell you, but you're gonna hate it. I was like, what's up? He said, I eat the same thing and drink the same thing every day, all day. His diet was water, lettuce, tomatoes, rice.
Well,
he's been doing that for 30 years.
Well, that makes sense, because if you look at where the most centurions live in the world, it's like Japan or somewhere, like a village in Japan, and their diet is like rice, walking everywhere.
Yep.
And rice and walking everywhere. Like they don't overeat. They don't and that's the whole thing with chopsticks. It's really hard to overeat when you eat chopsticks.
You're tired of it. Like,
You just get tired of eating. You be like, man, this is too much concentration. I'm done. I'm full. It's over.
I feel like you might be the first person to say that, but that's hilarious. Though.
It's real talk.
A great analogy,
I'm telling you, I've been trying to figure out what is it about them that makes them go that long. Because they're like, dude, I'm not about to sit here and eat this whole bowl. It's over.
I watched him for like a week, and then I'm like, and then he had this thing where he drank his water first, and then he would sit, and then he would eat the lettuce and the salad, and then he would leave.
Well, because you know you're not supposed to drink. Once you start your meal,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to drink any fluids for like an hour after you eat.
I didn't know that.
You know why, right?
Why?
Well, when you're eating, you're activating the acid in your stomach to start working,
Okay.
right? As soon as you put water on it or any liquid on top of that, you stop the acid production. It's like putting water on the fire. So then the food sits in your stomach longer than it needs to while you're eating and drinking, which is the biggest problem with America in this journey, because you're not only eating and drinking, you're eating and drinking like a 32-ounce supersized Slurpee Coca-Cola.
Which wasn't meant to go in your body.
Never. Definitely not at all at one time.
I be looking at those big gulps. I be at the Quick Trip. I be like, and people just be coming in there just
Oh my
grabbing
God.
them. And they be like, oh, no ice. You need ice, bro. You need ice, bro. Reese, have you seen these bastards? I be at Quick Trip. I be want to just slap it out. I'm like, bro, that's too much juice, bro.
But usually those people are walking in and they have to walk sideways through the door.
Yes.
They got to slide into a double pane double door to get their double Slurpee.
Hey. I know this is so left, but did you see? No, I'm not doing that on this show. It's fine.
All right. Well, speaking of times and aging, what was you watching this week? Because you're historically been known to watch stuff from like the 80s.
Hey, man.
And that's been your nice watches. If you have a VCR, you can go back and watch what Rod's
hey, man,
reviewing.
listen, first thing.
Yeah.
No, I did not. I did Griselda. That came out this year.
Griselda came out this year, but
Yes,
you were thinking when you talked about Griselda that it came out a week ago. And
It was like a month old.
Came out in January, and we did the show in March.
Reese, pull it up, please.
Yeah.
And then I had watched what was it? Unforgiven with Sandra Bullock. That came out late last year. It's fine. But I told you, man, I missed a lot of stuff, so I had to catch up. I missed it. Come on, I lost 3 years of my life on the ships. There was no TV except for Disney stuff. I was watching Disney shows.
So they didn't have TVs on the ship?
They had TVs, but
You didn't have no kind of programming though, huh?
I had ESPN. I had Disney, every Disney channel. And then they would give us like a roster of 20 movies that would exchange. So like some of the movies that would go to theaters, like Marvel and DC, even though Marvel and DC are different, but the Marvel and the DC movies would go to our TV and we could play them for like the month. So the movies would interchange and they play like a couple of flashbacks.
Got it.
Other than that, man, I was watching like Disney galore. I knew dang near every Disney movie like verbatim. It was crazy.
So what you watching? What you watched this week? Did you?
I watched first thing I'm watching the NBA playoffs because they're awesome this year. This is the best.
Yeah.
This is the most competitive they've been in a while. Anthony Edwards, I know the poster that he has hanging in his house right now. He dunked on LeBron so hard the other night. I know he got it framed. I mean, not like these new age dunks.
You talking about my man from Utah?
Nah, Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards ain't playing.
Not on LeBron. He dunked on KD so hard. Sorry, he dunked on KD so hard that I know he got it framed.
Yeah.
Because he dunked on him like somebody from the 90s. It was crazy. Like I'm like, yo, this is old school basketball. Like you can't even tell who's going to the finals right now. You don't know.
You don't, and I'm not gonna turn this into a sports show, but
yeah.
That boy Anthony Edwards is special.
He
looks like the second coming.
He said, "I'll kill whatever's in front of me."
He looks like the second coming.
I haven't heard nobody talk like that in a long time.
Since we're not gonna say it.
But I mean, since Jordan. It's been a long time. Kobe.
Yeah, I mean, both of those two. That's when A1B to me,
bro. Because they don't know everybody. Like now, it's like I'm not gonna dunk on him. That's my homeboy. I don't like that.
But have you heard the stories now that's coming out?
They're saying that Anthony Edwards and Jimmy Butler are Michael Jordan's kids. I've heard that.
I don't know Butler, but that Anthony Edwards kid. There's possibilities here. And Jordan, hey man, Jordan said he was out here and he was outside.
He was outside.
Jordan was known back in the day. He was prolific.
They called him Black Jesus.
So you already know what's happening when you walk in and you're considered Black Jesus. What happens then? You're gonna have a lot of people bowing down to the altar.
I know. I see what you did there. Anyway,
yeah.
Actually, I've been watching, man. I've been watching an animated show. Jazz got me into. It's on season 2. It's called Velma.
From the Scooby-Doo?
From Scooby-Doo. Velma has her own show, but it is revamped. I think it's like rated R, right? Yes, it's rated R. There's gore. There's blood. There's sex scenes.
Oh, I'm on it.
Yeah. It's comedy. It's actually kind of funny. The things that have changed. Velma is LGBTQ.
Of course.
So is Daphne.
Whoa. So wait a minute.
They hang out a little bit. Yep. Scooby's not on there yet. So it's them in high school.
So man, just stop right there, dog. Let me just get this picture in my head.
And Velma's Indian.
Dang, Mississippi Masala and
Shaggy's black.
Shaggy's black.
Shaggy's black.
So it's a lot
Indian.
of. So now they actually showing him.
They're making it multicultural,
right? Or so is they showing Shaggy smoking?
They haven't shown him smoking.
Because literally,
he still got the buzz. He got the buzz.
The original Scooby, who then they explained, the artist was like, "Yo, the reason why Scooby was always talking because they was always fried.
Yes,
like Shaggy was always fried.
Yeah, it's a lot of little myths about Scooby-Doo. I was told once that they never seen ghosts. They were just all high.
Makes sense to me, man. If you get the right mushroom edible combination going, it gets.
But they were taking masks off people's head and stopping them from doing crimes.
They were. I think they would. I think there's a lot to be, given to cannabis and the benefits of cannabis when it's indulged in the right ways, right? I think you tap into your third eye and you start to really see things clearly.
I've never done any shrooms or anything like that.
Oh man, you're missing out.
I don't know. I had a gummy with you once that made me never want to chew anything that has anything to do with cannabis.
Well, I just, I
don't know what that was. It was crazy. We did a podcast and it went really bad on my end.
Well, yeah, we did. That was hilarious.
That was terrible.
So we did the podcast and Rod didn't say a word.
Yeah. I was thinking about a lot though. That's the thing.
See, that's what it's for. That's what it's for.
Reese, there was a lot of thoughts going on, but I just couldn't get them out.
Yeah.
And I thought to get up and walk away and go to the car, and I just kept thinking about it. And before I knew it was over.
Hey, dog, we was halfway through it. I looked over at you and I just started laughing because I knew exactly what was happening to you.
Then
and I was like,
she's like, "What'd you do to him?"
I was like, "Dude, he was being toughy," and I was like, "Yo, don't eat the whole one." He's like, "I got this."
No, thank God you looked up though. You remember I almost ate the whole thing. It was like a little strip.
Right.
And he's like, no, dog, do half. I'm like, man, thank God. I don't know what would have happened. But anyway, it could have been bad.
So Velma. So Velma's a nice watch.
Shaggy's black. Velma's Indian. Velma, Daphne's still kind of the same, pretty, kind of a princess, but her and Velma kind of hang out a little bit.
What platform is this on?
It's on HBO. HBO Max.
Oh, Max. Oh,
yeah.
I'm
it's
gory,
on it.
I'm on it, dog. I'm on that Velma nice watch.
Yeah.
So I got an animated show that's Good Times. They rebooted Good Times.
I watched the first episode.
Good Times is
people are mad about it, but I watched the first
people
episode.
are mad about it, but let me really get into my artistic hat here and see how would they be offended. Most of the comments are saying like, how are we still dealing with the same kind of stupid stuff that we did back in the 70s when the Good Times was actually a real TV show.
Because people are still experiencing it.
They are still experiencing it, and the fact that it's animated, I think you have to give it a little bit more leeway in the I guess the woke department or the advancement department. Like everybody's different. They like you said, they did Velma. It sounds like they updated the characters. I think JJ is a lot cooler as an animation person, but he was cool even in real life on the real show. But they talk about some stuff, but I found a couple good funny moments.
I'm gonna try it again. I was kind of tired when I watched it one night. I was like, but television doesn't offend me like how people get offended by stuff. If I don't like something, I just won't watch it again.
That part.
I'm not gonna go on Facebook and do a long dissertation or anything like that and then be talking and just monologuing about how I hated it and this set us back. If I don't like it, I'm not watching it again. And I tell people like we got to get like that, man. That's that thing we were talking about earlier about the black versus white. It's like, man, we don't like something, just don't watch it. That doesn't make it not a good thing.
Because there's no right or wrong. It's just not. It doesn't fit your opinion in your mind and how you perceive the world. New thing I've been saying is worldview. What's your worldview?
Yes,
like, really, that's how you connect to people. If you see the world in a lot of same ways I see the world, we're probably gonna be decent friends.
You know what I just thought about?
What?
I'm glad you just talked about this show. I watched what's her name, Bernadette, the one that played Velma.
Bernadette Stanzas.
She just changed my life this morning.
Why? She wore them jeans.
What do you think the lyrics to the end of Good Time is? Was it dun 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 dun?
Good time.
So what's that?
Anytime I need a payment, good time. And I don't know what's
all right. So you know where everybody like hanging in a child line. She said it's not that. She said it's hanging and a jiving.
Hanging and a jiving.
Hanging and a jiving. I like, yo, you just ruined my childhood.
What did you think it was?
I thought it was hanging in a child line like everybody else.
Hanging in what?
Hanging in a child line like everybody else. And that was on
hanging in a child line.
Just like everybody on Dave Chappelle show. Remember it was on Dave Chappelle show?
Right.
It was hanging in a child line, but it was hanging and a jiving.
Now thinking about it, hanging and a jiving makes more sense for that time.
But they had the child lines. You know, people was getting buffet stuff.
To jiving is more of a
But the
They
fact,
used to say you jive turkey.
but the fact that nobody knew that though,
I think somebody knew it. I think
the world thought it was Chowline, or some people thought it was Charlie, like a Charlie train. So that's when Dave Chappelle thought he cleared it up, and he was telling everybody was hanging in the chow line. But then this morning she was doing an interview, somebody's podcast. She's like, actually, it's hanging and jiving. I'm like, Bernadette, wow.
Yeah, she's dope too. I met her a couple years ago.
Beautiful too.
I did a grand opening with her somewhere, and
Fine, still
she's
fine
dope
to this day.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Like,
What is
what in
happening
the
right now?
Feezy?
Jeez,
Like, and she's good in, 70s. Good in the 70s.
She's older than Angela Bassett, right?
Yeah, older, but
So she
that's
got to be 75 something.
70s.
Yeah, she's up there. Yeah,
Once you hit 70s, it's all the same at that point.
yeah, it is.
70 and up, it's pretty much the same. Everybody's using Metamucil.
So Velma, season 2 is a good watch. Check out Velma. Scooby's not on it, so
Wait a minute. There's no dog?
There's no dog yet. I think they're doing like an origin story before they got Scooby.
Oh,
So they're probably
snap.
going to meet him as a puppy, because I thought he was going to come the first season, and he never came. But what they do to mess with you, they use Scooby like an adjective. This is a Scooby type of a day, or I have a Scooby project. You know, it's really wordplay, but he's not in it yet.
Got it.
So, but it just show how they meet, all the stories. So Velma and Shaggy are like, they grew up together. They're childhood friends.
Got it.
And then they meet Fred as like the popular quarterback at school, and Daphne's like the rich cheerleader.
Got it.
And then they meet out and they start hanging out. They got the van at the end of the last season. But when I tell you, it's gory, bro. It's great. If you like that, you'll like Harley Quinn too. She has an animated show that's really good. Harley
And what's that on?
It's on HBO Max as well.
Damn.
And it's hilarious, like Family Guy hilarious.
And that is that's animated too.
Yes, it's starring Harley Quinn, Clayface. Bruce Wayne makes appearances, but he's kind of over being Batman. So it's him like, I don't know. The Joker pops in and out. The Joker goes straight, and then Poison Ivy's in it, and King Shark's in it.
Got it.
So it's a lot of cameos of other people. Nightwing pops up, but when I tell you it's gory as well. Like legs are getting broken, like people are getting busted up, teeth are getting knocked out. It's out of control. It's pretty fun though.
Love it.
Yeah,
love it, man.
Both nice watches.
Nice watches. Those are two good nice watches. Coming to AMC theaters or just theaters in general this week will be Fall Guy, starring Ryan Gosling. He is on fire right now. He's killing it killed it with Barbie. Now he's doing Fall Guy, and if you remember the original Fall Guy, it was a TV show back in the day when we were younger. Well, you might not have been born yet now, but I just found out.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
You might not have been thought of, but it was a TV show when I was younger. And I'm actually I'm gonna go check out the Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling. I don't know if I'm gonna get around to it this weekend with AU.
Might not have time.
It's how AU got me set up. It's hard to get to the movies on the weekend like I used to, but I definitely will be looking into checking that out next week. So maybe I'll come back and talk about that next week. Fall Guy or Abigail that came out last week, the vampire movie I didn't get to go see yet, but it's a dope one. And again, Civil War. So if anybody that go see these 3 movies before I do, put in the comments. Let me know what you thought. Is it a nice watch? Do I need to waste my time going to these joints, or should I go and check them out? Because I'm definitely going to all of them during the matinee times for the cheap. So,
bruh, you have to go during the cheap seats. So tickets are like $50 now. What's going on?
Oh my God, it's like going to an AAU game. AAU weekend is like you spend $150 a game. If you bring your siblings or something to the game, you could literally spend $60 for one game.
That's wild.
On AAU, man. And I'm like, yo, yeah, my son's not that good yet.
Wow,
he's good. But he's not
$100.
He's not $100 ticket.
Yeah.
He not. I told him, I said, you get must watch TV, then we'll talk about it.
You start doing 360s and windmills and put your arm in the rim.
Yeah, you start doing anything in the realm of like, oh, okay, when people start pulling up to the gym to see you hoop.
Yeah, like
now
Shaq's gonna be at the game tomorrow. Nah, okay.
Okay, yeah, now you're there. Now you're there.
Something's happening.
And he's working hard, so hopefully he'll get there by his senior. He's going to his junior year, so he's been putting in the work.
Yeah.
Proud of him. Just want to make sure he stays focused and let him know, man, if you want to do this, you got to do it to an obsessive level that the average person does not comprehend the workload. It's incomprehensible, the workload it takes to make it to the pro ranks in sports.
I mean, well, you got somebody good to follow behind, man. His dad made it.
I know, man.
He made it almost 300 pounds. I mean, he only had to weigh that much to go.
Oh my God. Do you see? Thank you, Reese. Thank
Man,
my
no,
guy.
no,
Yes, thank
no.
you,
You
Reese.
look up
Reese
this
went
college-
and got it. Yes, thank you, Reese.
Karan, you didn't even think you weighed 260, so
I
that's
did.
how I know
I
that's
did.
cap.
No, that is not
you
cap.
You just said
Reese looked
you
it
weigh
up,
272.
and he looked up the Chicago
Karan,
Bears.
you weigh 260 in college.
I told you my highest
In
weight
college.
at college was 272 at Chicago.
Listen to what you just said.
What?
If your highest weight in college was 270?
No.
You went to the NFL. I mean, you got bigger, Karan. What are you talking about?
No. In Chicago was 270.
No,
I didn't
dog,
get
you-
as big as I got till I got to Chicago.
Put a picture up. I guarantee you got a Minnesota jersey on.
It's not a Minnesota jersey. In Minnesota, I was
when you
actually
play-
255.
Karan.
250
No, you
most
didn't.
days.
No, you didn't.
I'm telling you.
Dog, you and Brock Lesnar was almost the same size.
No, Brock. No, I've never
Stop
been the same
it.
size as
Y'all
Brock.
was
Brock-
almost the same size.
Brock is a mountain in
Brock
himself.
Did you not tell me off camera that Brock asked you, did you want to go to the WWE with him because y'all the same size? Stop
No,
it.
He wanted me to go to WWE so I could use these cheekbones and his personality. And he figured if he came in and I tag team with him, he could just be the muscle and I could be the suave.
What picture do you have over there, Reese? Is that a Minnesota jersey? Give me this.
You can't see it on camera. It doesn't work.
Karan,
What?
you stop it.
Let me see.
Stop it.
Yeah, that's 255 right
Karan,
there.
that is not 255.
That's easy, dog. That's
That's easy.
255.
That might be 283 right there, bro.
Oh
That's
my
crazy.
God. Look at this.
Look at your shoulder pads are too small.
That's why they.
Because you got too much shoulder under them.
No, those are the small boys too. I'm like, yeah.
No, those are big shoulders with some regular shoulder pads on them. That's what those are, Karan.
Nah, dog.
These are freaking giant.
That is a good little. Where is this
Ladies and
card
gentlemen, we
at?
thank y'all for tuning in for a nice watch, man.
I have not seen this.
This is
card.
out of control.
This is dope, man. You gotta send me that reasons. I ain't never seen that card. Yeah. So okay. So we got two nice watches for y'all. We got Velma that's on HBO Max. We also did the TLC documentary on Netflix. And honorable mention. I've been watching the Matrix series over again. I said it. Part 1 through 3 again. I got a whole new, better understanding of the whole concept. I overstood it then, but now I understand it with more research and growth.
Did it make you like the last one anymore, though?
No, I'm watching the last one as we speak. I started watching that one this morning because I finished part 3 last night before I went to bed, and I was like, I got to give it one more shot because again, it wasn't my favorite, like it wasn't your favorite.
Nah,
but
it was
again,
nobody's favorite,
if
by the
I'm
way.
going to be objective, I have to watch them all and give it the full run. So far, so not good. But I'm hoping it gives me that moment.
Man,
I feel like it might have been.
It was. I didn't get to watch it though.
I feel like it might have been.
I was so mad the last one. I just folded my
You
arms.
just off of it, huh?
I'm like, I'm off of it. Y'all done disrespected me at this
All
point.
right, so it looks like we're trending towards anime this week, and it's not a bad thing. Animation, they say if you don't watch cartoons as an adult, you could go crazy. That is a fact. They did a psychological study at Harvard years and years ago. But they said adults who watch comics or read comics, watch cartoons, are usually
more youthful,
more intellectual, and more sane.
Yeah, because I think our elders, they spent so much time watching the news and still stayed in the same spot.
I don't watch the news.
It's too depressing. I tell Jazz thinks I'm insane. I'm like, it's depressing. Why do I don't watch this person's house got broken in? This person got stolen. This person stole money. I'm like, bro.
And it's all scripted. Dog. It's the best. Now, the news is the best TV show on TV.
Reality TV, man.
It's the best shit. It's all scripted. They lying to you. They telling you all sorts of stuff, and it's all negative. It's never a glass half full with the news.
Bruh. My grandma used to watch the news from top to bottom and roast my ass for watching cartoons and wrestling, and I was 7.
Right.
You need to watch what's going on in the real world. I'm like, I'm 7.
Right.
This is the real world.
Right.
Hulk Hogan.
And in the meantime, you over there with hypertension and
Bruh,
high
got
blood
everything.
pressure because you keep watching this stuff.
Because you stewing these greens for 2 days, but okay.
Yeah, that part.
Hilarious.
But anyway, guys, that is going to be our show this week, man. Tune in. Nice watch. Let us know in the comments if you get to the movie theater this weekend to see any of those movies so I can save some time if they're not good. I trust you. If you're watching this show, I trust you now and hope you trust me because we here can tell you what's good and what's not good. And I tend to not watch things that's not good, just like Rod doesn't either. So if you're looking for something to watch.
How did I catch a stray?
I said you don't watch bad stuff either. That wasn't a stray.
Okay.
See, you got to see you. You
Wow.
ain't go, right.
See, that's
That
what I
part.
felt. I felt the undertone.
I felt
the undertone.
But that was
though.
exactly what we talked about with Amanda earlier. You just magnetized
I knew what time it was.
negative energy to you.
I knew what time
and
it was.
It got right to you. Good job,
All
Reese.
you did was throw Reese alley hoop.
No,
that's
I
all
didn't-
you was.
I
I
did
know what's
not
going
throw
on.
Reese
You
alley-oop.
still look
Did
tight.
you?
You still look tight. I'm the only person that know you weigh 280 pounds. Me and Terry. We the only ones that knew. So you throwing strays. I knew what time it was.
Wow.
And let's end the show on that.
Wow, no, we're not going to end the show on that. That's what happens when you're not the main host. I'm in the show this way. So, anyway, guys, see you guys next Friday. This has been another amazing episode of Nice Watch. I'm Karan Joseph Riley.
I'm Rod Minger.
And unfortunately, we're stuck with his ass for a little while longer.
Wow.
But
Wow. You know what, guys? It's been great. Be blessed. Keep pedaling.
we're going to... You just took my whole phrase.
read his whole script.
He's gonna make sure he's on at the end of this video with that phrase. But I'm gonna say it again because Reese could edit it. Have a good weekend, and until I see you again, keep paddling.
I clapped in the middle of it.
God damn. We out.